What's up, YouTube? Hey, we out here in downtown Tucson. Hey, I was at the gym today. Yo, bro, there was this dude, this white dude. He had those Lance Armstrong bicycle pants on, nice little tight shirt. But he was walking like, had the weekends at Bernie going on. And then I swear to you, dude picked up like some 60-pound arm, like some dumbbells, and was just curling, just swinging them things. He was a old monster. How you be a bicyclist and you curling 60-pound dumbbells? Crazy. But yeah, we down here in downtown Tucson, and we about to. What's this? What's this place? This is new. Everybody getting something new, something crazy. What is this? YouTube first. Hey.
Hi, welcome in.
What is this place?
This is Macaron French Pastries. I'm Stacy.
You Stacy? Okay, let's Miss Stacy. What is the macaron? What is a macaron?
So a macaron is a French pastry, and it's made with almond flour, egg whites, and sugar.
Okay.
And it's different than a macaroon, which is the coconut cookie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, this looks amazing. Okay, let me get one of those. Let me get I love red velvet, 2 of those. Let me get chocolate praline. Let me get 1 of those. Grand Marnier. Oh, I love to drink. Let me get about 4 of those. Let me get 6 of your lavender whites. Let me get 27 of your basil white chocolates. Do you even got 27? Let me just get the whole thing right there. Let me get champagne. Oh, it's the New Year's. Let me get all of them. Actually, fill up that last roll too. I take the whole thing. Let me get black currant. That's different. 12. Nope. 27. All right. Hot chili. Ooh, I'm hot and I love chili. Let me get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Got 14 right there. Can I get 18? All right.
Okay.
Pistachio praline. 2. Oof. American honey whiskey. Oh, girl. Ooh, I love me some whiskey. Let me get, I know you got some extra in the back. Let me get about 46 of them bad boys. Irish cream. 2. Fleur de sel. Fleur de sel. Fleur de sel. They look unique. I might have to get me about 6, 8, 12. Carry the 3 times 2 divided by 6. Let me get about 17 of those bad boys. All right, hazelnut praline. I want 2 of them. Mint juleps. I love me a mint and I love me a julep. I used to date a julep. So in her honor, let me get. She acts like a 12-year-old. Let me get 12 of those. All right. Let me get eggnog. I don't like eggnog. So let me get. Can I just get a half of one of those? Just you cut it. Just give me just a half. I don't want a whole thing. Just a half. All right.
You got
Pumpkin spice. Ooh. I'm a little spicy. I don't like pumpkin though, but I'm gonna get 1.5 of those. Ooh, gingerbread. Oh, and they look so gorgeous. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me get 11.5 of those. You can keep the other half for somebody else. Vanilla snowman. Ooh, Christmas is over too. I know that's limited edition. Let me get matter of fact, get those and whatever you got in the back, let me get that because it's limited edition. Because I know they ain't gonna be here for a while. Oh, I love me some tortoise.
Oh,
I'm a tortoise fan. Okay, you got the blue tortoise, got the red, got the white, got the yellow, got the brown, got the green, got the purple. And I want to get all of them.
All of them.
All right.
Okay, let me
How
bring
much
you
is that?
up.
How much is that? How much is that? How much is that?
I think your total comes out to like 2,300.
Pocket change. 2,300? Even? Or is there change on there?
Oh, and 18 cents.
Can you leave tips?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna leave you about $27. So 2,320, and I'm gonna round up. So 2,321. We rounded up. All right.
Perfect.
Okay.
And on to the interview.
You think all that sounds good? Wait till it hits your palate.
Milk and butter, back burner. Smell will take me back further. Something for my soul and better. Food will bring your folk together. Even on a rainy day, see me building anyway. Until opportunity come through and see the new of me. You will see me cook.
All right, so YouTube, we are back with another one. We are
at Le Macaron French Pastries.
All right, with
Stacy Haggard, the owner, along with my husband Gary.
Okay, and what's the address?
We're at 260 East Congress in Tucson, Arizona.
All right, perfect. So, macarons.
Yes.
Macaron, okay. So because I kept calling it macaroons. So tell the people the difference between a macaroon and a macaron.
Absolutely. So a lot of customers don't realize that macaron is the French version of a pastry made with almond flour, egg whites, and sugar. So they are made with all gluten-free ingredients. And a macaroon is the American cookie that's made with coconut. It's usually like a mounded coconut. They're also delicious, but totally different than a macaron. And if you say it the French way, they actually say it as a macaron. So the N kind of drops off. But typically in the store, we just call it a macaron because we're in America.
Macaron. Macaron.
It has that weird macaron.
Macaron.
Yes, so that's the French way.
Y'all get ready, France. I'm coming for y'all macaron. All right.
You did pretty good.
Right,
I like it.
Thank you. So, Tucson, Arizona. Is this home?
This is home to me now, but I'm originally from the Los Angeles area.
From LA?
Uh-huh.
How did you get here?
So I moved here almost 8 years ago with my husband and our 5 kids. And we
Hold
moved.
on. How many kids?
5.
Yeah, 5
It's
kids.
just 5.
I met
You met Rose.
Rose is amazing.
So yeah, she's my youngest. She's 9.
And she loves all the macarons.
This is true.
And there's actually one named after her. It's Rose.
That's true. That is one of her favorites.
Yeah. She should get, y'all better give her some royalties, naming macarons after her. But your 5 kids. Okay, so what else?
Yeah, so we moved here from the Los Angeles area actually for my husband's job. So he's an engineer. He had been a high school physics teacher for 15 years, and it was time for him to transition out of that, and he went back into engineering. He had actually been an engineer prior to teaching. So in that process, we were open to wherever we landed, and we'd actually been praying for somewhere with 4 seasons and snow. And
this is not 4 seasons.
This is not quite what we thought we were going to get. Although it's really amazing, when we first moved here, we moved in February, and our first trip up Mount Lemmon had snow.
Yeah.
And so we both started to cry because it was such an unexpected, answer to our prayers, really, that we didn't think there was going to be snow here in Tucson, and there was.
Yeah, Mount Lemmon is gorgeous.
Oh.
It's green.
Yeah.
It's usually cooler at Mount Lemmon than it is here. And I love Mount Lemmon. It's really nice.
We love Mount Lemmon, and that's really, we chose to live more on the east side of Tucson so that we could always be kind of close to Mount Lemmon and head up there whenever we want, which is not often enough, but we love Mount Lemmon.
So your husband is here right now.
Yeah,
and also he was here on New Year's when it was slam packed, by the way. He had to call his wife. She was in her PJs. He was like, "You got to come now. The store's on fire. You got to get here." The store was really not on fire, but there was like 60 people in line. So he's here now. But is he still an engineer too?
He is.
So he owns it with you, and he's still an engineer.
Yep.
Kudos, Gary.
Yeah, he's
Gary.
awesome. So our ultimate goal is for him to be able to work with me here full time, and together we've decided that I will launch this business. It's mainly me, but he's here supporting in every way. He's here really, like, as soon as he's done with work, he comes here in the evenings and usually will help with closing and do that. He's doing also a lot of the back end stuff, office type work to keep everything going too.
He's an amazing guy. First time I met him, he had a smile on his face. He's like, "Welcome in." He's such a great guy, and he's really nice.
And for an engineer, he's like really personable.
Yeah, he is. He's not like socially awkward at all.
As the stereotype for many engineers is. No, he's awesome. We've been married actually 23 years.
23 years?
23 years.
Okay, and 5 kids. So what do you have?
5 kids.
3 girls and 2 boys?
The other way. So we have 3 boys and 2 girls.
Oh, okay. What are the ages?
So my oldest is 17, his name is Luke, and then I have a daughter, Hope, she's 16. I have a son named Cade, and he's 14. I have another son, Trent, and he is 11, and then Rose, who's 9.
Okay. Who's the most stressful one to deal with?
Ooh, that's a hard question. Now I'm totally gonna be in trouble when they watch this later. I just want you to know that. You're totally putting me on the spot. Actually, each of them are so unique and different. And they, you know, I'm really blessed to get to be their mom. Honestly, I love each one of them, and they're so different. But are there things that some of them do that stress me out?
Yeah.
Yes. I would be lying if I said my children are all perfect. No, and I'm not perfect either. But they're really awesome kids, though, honestly.
Yeah.
And this has been a huge transition for our family because I actually was a stay-at-home mom for 17 years, and so taking on this new role as a business owner and doing a lot of things that are new to our family, it's been stressful, and my kids have been amazing at holding down the fort at home so that I can be here a lot of hours, and we're looking forward to growing as business owners and having amazing staff that, you know, will be able to leave the store sometime. I'm not sure when that happens. Honestly, right now we've been open for about 5.5 weeks, and we have only left the store without me or my husband here for like a total of like 4 hours.
Wow.
Of opening time. So it's a lot of hours. But
speaking of the hours,
it'll get better.
Let the viewers know, what are your hours and days?
So we're open actually 7 days a week, and our hours, we open at noon every day, and we are closing at 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, we're open late. Right now we're staying open till midnight on Friday, Saturday, but that may shift to 11 p.m., just depends. We haven't been finding that 11 to 12 hour having a lot of customers, so we may back that up to 11 p.m.
Okay,
but
that would make sense. I feel like when I come downtown from like 11 to 11:30, that's when the clubs really start to get full.
That might be that connection of what's happening.
Yeah, so the clubs people start going to the clubs more, so they're really not really looking for food until after they.
And you know, I'm sure if we could stay open until 2:30, we'd probably have another rush of customers. But I might need to sleep. So.
Yeah. Oh, like you stayed up until what, 2:50? I think Gary said on
our last customer on New Year's Eve was, I think, at 2:50 a.m. So and then we both had, it was just my husband and I here, and we had to close up the store. We didn't get home till after 5:30.
After 5:30 in the morning? By the time you got home, the sun was up. Literally, the sun was up.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was worth it. People needed their macarons. It was important.
It is. It's important to have your macaron.
Absolutely.
Yes, okay. So what's your favorite?
My favorite macaron? Okay, that's a really hard question because honestly, it changes.
Okay.
People laugh at me. I happen to love the bubblegum flavor.
That's what Haley was saying.
I love the bubblegum.
Yeah.
But I also love the chocolate praline. I love the pistachio. I love the Madagascar black vanilla. I love the lavender white chocolate. I could go on and on. I also love our seasonal ones. So our gingerbread, which is going to be gone soon, as well as the pumpkin.
Oh, I gotta try that.
Oh my gosh, they're both really amazing. I'm going to be sad when they're gone. And I'm going to have to be like waiting until next fall when they come back. But they're all really good. The happy news is that there isn't a single flavor that I don't like. There's nothing in the case where I'm like, don't eat that.
Even the non-dairy?
Oh, I love the non-dairy ones.
Oh, I looked at the non-dairy, I'm like, ooh.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, no, I love those because those are made with our homemade jam. Homemade jam? Homemade jam. So we're using all totally from scratch. We don't purchase our jam somewhere, we make it. So the raspberry is incredible. I love the cassis black currant. It's kind of a more tart.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah, so that one is an interesting flavor because we don't really in America have like cassis. Is not a real common flavor here. Okay. But it's more tangy. Like it's more tangy than a raspberry.
I gotta try that. Okay.
Yeah, you need to try it. I like it. And then our coconut is also non-dairy. I like that one a lot. It has a really strong coconut flavor. And the mango people go crazy for. Yeah, the non-dairy there's are really good. So if you're not a fruit guy, then you probably won't like them. But I like them.
They sound jamming.
Oh no, the dad jokes are coming out. Corniness.
So, Stacy, as a 12-year-old kid, she woke up one morning and was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a macaron shop. So what?
Never.
So what did young Stacy want to actually do?
A doctor.
A doctor?
Yeah, I was going to be a doctor.
What type of doctor?
You know what? I don't know if I ever had that fully defined. My grandfather died of lung cancer when I was really young, like probably 7, 8 years old. And from that point on, I really wanted to be a doctor to help people. So that was a goal that I had. I actually was a biology major in college, so that's what my degree is in, and I did pursue pre-med. What changed things for me was in college, I went to UC Santa Barbara. Go Gauchos, I love UCSB. While I was there, I had the chance to take an amazing class where I got to shadow a doctor for a whole quarter. So I was welcomed into his office. I got to go to doctor's appointments and see patients with him. I didn't get to talk with the patients, but I was in there watching everything he did.
Was it house?
Was it what?
House?
No. He was a geriatric doctor. So actually all of his patients were older. And it was such a great opportunity to get to go from appointment to appointment with him, and then even go to the back where he was doing his transcriptions and see what the full day of being a doctor was like. It was an awesome opportunity. He let me ask him every question I could think of. I got to go to the hospital with him and do rounds. I got to spend a lot of time. And after the end of that shadowing period, I realized I did not want to be a doctor.
Oh wow, after all that, you actually realized you didn't want to,
And it wasn't because I didn't love the profession. It was realizing how hard he worked and the dedication that it takes to be an amazing doctor. And I also knew that I wanted to be a mom someday. I wasn't married yet. I didn't know.
Say, at this point
this was prior to me meeting my husband. I didn't know what my future held, but I knew that I wanted to have a family someday. And I really felt that it would be difficult for me to be a great doctor and a great mom someday. So for me, that was the decision I made, that was going to be too difficult for me to do both things well. And considering the dedication it would take to be a really good doctor.
So then what did you shift to after you realized you did not want to be a doctor?
At that point, I still finished my biology degree. And I worked actually in a lab was my first job. So I used to do DNA research, which is probably not what people expect. So I was a DNA researcher for a couple of years. And then after that, I became a substitute teacher. And I was a junior high biology teacher.
And that's where you met your husband, because he was a teacher.
I actually met him while I was in college. Yeah, and we both left our jobs to become teachers. So he was an engineer, and I was a DNA researcher, and we both left our jobs and became teachers.
So how did you like being a teacher?
I loved being a teacher. I loved it. Kind of funny story was I was picked on really badly in middle school. Actually, I was bullied to the point where I considered suicide. As a middle schooler. It was a really dark time in my life.
Were you bullied? Did you go to like a Black and Hispanic school, or were you bullied because you were smaller? Or?
I was at actually a private Catholic middle school. That's where I went to school in Los Angeles, and I was bullied by one of the girls in my school, and she was kind of a bully for a lot of other girls in my class. But I didn't really have a lot of friends at that period in my life. I had transferred from a different elementary school than where everybody else came from, and I really wasn't welcomed at my middle school. That kind of everybody else came from like 2 other schools and all knew each other, and they had already formed all these cliques, and I was just out. I was just out. And so it had nothing to do with race, but it was just this girl was mean, and she picked on me and made me feel really low. And so that was a dark time, and the way that it relates and was so interesting was when it became time for me to be a teacher, I wanted to teach high school. I really did not want to ever step foot on a middle school campus again in my life. The year that I applied, there were no jobs available at the high school level. And so it was either I could go to middle school as a teacher or I could not teach in my district. So I had that tough choice, and honestly, I cried. I literally cried when I realized I had to go to middle school.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would make sense though. You're
was
bringing up all those,
traumatic
those bad memories.
But I'll tell you what, God was really good. That's just where I belonged, because I have such a heart for that age group. I remember what a hard time it was, and I think that I was able to relate really well to that age group and those students, and I actually ended up loving it. I taught for 6.5 years, and I spent all of that time at middle school level. Even though there were opportunities to move up to high school, I stayed.
Because you, like you said, you impacted a lot of those kids, and probably a lot of those girls as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure that with Facebook and Instagram, they probably follow you and they're happy for you. Because you
Sorry that it was before those days. No social media. I'm old. So that was actually 17 years ago.
Oh, wow.
That I was a teacher.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but it's been too long.
Wow.
But I have had a couple of students who have found me on Facebook and reached out, which has been cool.
Okay.
But yeah, really, I did enjoy it a lot, and I had a lot of students. Because of my experience, like I was really proactive at creating programs to welcome students into the school.
Oh, okay.
So I actually ran a program called Wings, which was welcoming in the new coming students, and where I would match them up with an 8th grader who would kind of be the buddy for the 7th grader coming in. And so we had kind of some of these buddy programs. I always had my door open at lunchtime for students to come in and have a safe spot where they could come and eat lunch and have a friend.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So you said so this has been open for 5 weeks? Wow. And then you've been in Tucson for how long?
8 years.
8 years, okay. So when you moved to Tucson, you were a stay-at-home mom at that point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like when your kids first moved here, how did they feel?
It was hard. It was hard for them because obviously they left everything they knew in California. It was the hardest for my middle son, and he was maybe 5 or 6 at the time. I don't have my ages totally calculated, but I think it was the hardest for him. But everybody else, as we started to make friends here and get connected with different communities here in Tucson, it definitely got better. And honestly, Tucson people are so warm and friendly. Like I fell in love with Tucson pretty quickly. I couldn't believe that people in the grocery store would actually say hello and smile at you. There's a different society in LA than here in Tucson. I didn't know what I was used to, and I'm not trying to hate on LA, but I gotta say Tucson just has it way better.
Okay.
That people are just willing to help you a lot more here. They are willing to they're friendly. They're friendly through and through.
Okay.
So I've loved it.
Okay. What's one thing you do miss about California though?
The ocean. That's probably the biggest one that I think my kids as well. The ocean is amazing. So that's something, whenever we do go back to LA, we try to make sure we always go to the beach and go check that out.
Okay. And do you still have family, friends?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So my family, actually both of our families still live there, although my mom has moved out here now since we've been here. My mom now lives here in Tucson, which is great. And then my father-in-law has moved in with us too. So we're now a family of 8 in my house. Our Costco bill is huge.
So you're single, child, or is one of
No, so I have an older sister. She's 3 years older, and then I have a younger half brother and sister.
Half brother and sister, so it's 4 of y'all. Okay. And then what about your husband?
My husband has one sister who's younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do y'all have the biggest family out of all of them, or does somebody have more kids?
Oh no, we definitely have the biggest.
Okay.
So yeah, my sister has 2 kids, and then we're the only, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
For all of the kids among all of my siblings.
Okay, so you have 5, and then your sister has 2, and
then my husband's sister doesn't have any kids yet.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So he was an engineer, and then so he's still an engineer, but he eventually wants to just work full time with you.
Yeah, it's funny, since he was a high school physics teacher for 15 years, we used to have summers off together when we both taught. We loved it. I'm really thankful. We get along really well. So I don't ever get sick of him. Like, I'm never like, I need some space. So I miss getting to have as much time with him. Sometimes he needs a little break from me, I'll be honest. And that's okay.
But you said 22 years?
23 years
How do you,
that we've been married.
How do you, 23 years is a long time.
It is a long time, but I'm really blessed. Honestly, he's the nicest man I've ever met.
He's super nice.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And, we've always just kind of had the policy, it's not that we always get along, but we try really hard to attack the problem and not each other.
Yeah.
So when we have issues, which are going to come up, especially when there are 8 people living in your house.
Yeah.
We try really hard to work together to solve whatever the issues are. And we're not perfect for sure. I mean, and there are some issues that just hang there, where it's like, we don't know what to do with that yet.
Yeah. You'll just set it to the side and come back to it.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, I think having grace for each other has been probably the biggest thing. Like, talk often, to try to be on the same page. And then, it's been good. Whenever I start getting nitpicky and I realize, like, ooh, I'm getting frustrated with him, I see his socks on the floor over there. It's been really good. I always, in those moments, start realizing, well, those are my socks on the floor over there. Like, I'm not always perfect to live with either. So that helps. Keeping perspective, not ever thinking too highly of myself and thinking like I'm all that and I'm so easy to live with. That helps.
I asked that question because is there a certain, is it 2025? Is it a certain income level? Is it just like he's just going to wake up one day and be like, you know what, I'm quitting my job today?
What's the goal? Like, where do we have to get to? That's a good question. Our hope is that we would be able to do it within a couple years. It definitely is going to, it's completely dependent obviously on the success of the business. And obviously to get started, we have taken on some debt, quite a bit actually, in order to start the business. So really that has to be completely paid off before we're comfortable. And obviously the income from the business needs to replace what he's bringing in. So ultimately I'm working here, I'm not taking any pay for a long time. Anything that we're making in the business is just going to be paying off debt. And that's the plan, is just to pay off debt until we can get to where we're actually in the black.
And that's the hard part that people don't realize is when you start a business, like, you're going to take that loss up front. So many businesses fail within the first, 1 to 3 years. And that's, after that threshold, that's when you start seeing a really income. But you guys are busy, and that's good. And definitely, I feel like you're in an amazing location and things like that. So I definitely see this place being successful.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you. Yeah, it's certainly what we're hoping for in the prayer. And we just feel really blessed with our location for sure. And that was kind of a funny story, that when we first were looking for our location, it took us a really long time to find it. Both my husband and I, we kind of threw a big net. Where in Tucson would be the best place to be? And we love the vibe downtown. We love just the energy down here. how artsy it is. We also love the food scene down here. It's amazing. There's so many good places. I have a few favorites right now, but there's way more I need to try. Okay. So this is not a final list for sure.
Have you had Miss Saigon?
Yes, I was going to tell you that's on my list. So I love Miss Saigon. That's one of our go-to places for lunch whenever we get a chance. Okay. I actually just recently got to go to Thunder Bacon Burger.
Oh yeah, I want to go there.
Oh, you need to. Okay. Amazing burgers. So I loved that. My daughter had, I was going to tell you, my daughter had the 420 burger that has spicy hot Cheetos on it and cream cheese. And it was delicious. Okay. And then my son had the goat burger that has goat cheese and spicy honey on it. Ooh. And it was delicious. Ooh. So everything I tried over there was really good, and they have some really crazy stuff on their menu. Okay. And their tater tots and fries were great. So yeah, highly recommend. Okay. Those are good ones. I always like stopping over at Box Yard. That's kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
I like that place too. Obviously, street tacos is great.
Have you tried
and the Monica? I have not yet, but I need to go in. I keep hearing that that's wonderful.
Yeah, he is really good.
Yeah, but we like the Monica, and of course the Hub right next door, fantastic. If you haven't had their cheese curds, gotta try the cheese curds. Yes, theirs are amazing. So, and I almost forgot, Jaime's Pizza. That's up on Congress. It's right by the Rialto. One of the best pizzas I've ever had.
Jaime's Pizza?
Jaime's Pizza.
I didn't even know that was there.
Okay, you have to go. Okay. That one, we had the Tres Cerditos Pizza. That one's fantastic. And I have to plug Empire Pizza. They have the Elote Pizza. Yeah. That one's my current favorite. Okay. So as you can see, yes. Absolutely. Yes. Don't skip that.
No, get extra. Actually, it's really good.
That's a good suggestion too.
Actually, I got the pepperoni one night, and I got them to put the chipotle mayo on it.
Oh, there you go. That's a good suggestion too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you can see there, and I mean, I'm really only hitting Congress and and 6th. Yeah. I've got a lot more places to venture out.
Where's the Monica?
The Monica. Oh yeah, the Monica is just down Congress. It's just past 6th Street. Okay. And it's in that hexagon building. Oh, okay. So yeah, they have great stuff there too.
What do they have?
They have brunch that I've had there. I know they also serve, I think, dinner too. But they had horchata pancakes.
Horchata pancakes?
Yeah. And they have all kinds of good stuff. So definitely check them out too.
Okay. Speaking of horchata, so I'm from Virginia, and I moved here.
They probably don't have horchata in Virginia, I'm guessing.
I'm not
sweet tea though, right?
Yeah. The sweet. I miss the sweet tea back home. The sweet tea here is not sweet.
What does it take? 10 sugar packets for one sugar?
Nah, it takes like a whole. You know those things? A whole.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's nothing but sugar, but it's good, amazing. But I moved here, and I tried tamales.
Oh yes.
And I was like, where has this been all my life? And then I realized I lived in Virginia, and that's not a big thing for us, and it's like my favorite thing. Yes. What's your favorite Hispanic food?
Okay, actually I would say tamales as well. So I really like them too.
Okay. You like the red or the green?
I like both, but probably I would pick the red maybe a little bit more often. Okay. But I like them both. Okay. I'm usually a pork tamale person.
Have you tried the sweet one with the corn in it? The sweet corn?
I have tried that, but for a tamale, I prefer a savory.
Okay.
That's more my jam.
Okay. Where's your favorite Hispanic place to go?
It's a good question, and I'm only sighing because I haven't tried enough. Okay. Honestly, I really like Tucson tamale quite a bit.
Wait, where is that? You got these secrets, these gems I don't even know about.
That's good. I like it. So Tucson Tamale has a few locations in town. I tend to go to the one that's on the east side. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. Where on the east side?
So that one is Tanque Verde and Sabino.
Oh, I actually live near there. Okay. I gotta try it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Can't go wrong.
Okay. Yeah. Where we at? All right. So we're going to try macarons on part 2, and we're actually going to get into how everything came about. So sign us out. What do you want to tell the people?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Definitely come visit us. That's the most important thing.
Okay. Definitely come visit them. That's the most important thing. And we're signing out. Oh God, I'm in a sugar coma. Oh, stay tuned. To see what put me in this sugar coma. Darn you, Stacy! Le macaroon, L2 son, Stacy le macaroon, L2 son, Stacy.
All right, well, you're gonna have to come and watch our video. Stay tuned for part 2.
You think all that sounds good? Wait till it hits your palate.
Milk and butter back burner. Smell will take me back further. Something for my soul and better food will bring your folk together.